game of Keep Away, the Maze, Temple Run.
Yeah,
You know what? I love that from Zaf. My bad, but I just saw this comment from Zaf over here, and this man, somebody was like, "Oh, Zaf needs Sagat back or Fei Long," and Zaf popped up in the chat, added him, and said, "I don't need shit back. I just got to get better." We love to see attitudes like that, bro. True competitor. Love to see it.
Bippity boppity, we got amnesia. Gonna be really solid start here from FluxWaveZ, but Zykles looking to come right back to it.
Yeah, and once again, this is the type of character that you kind of want to play, the archetype that you want to play against a character like JP. Heavy set play, and then Zykles has, you know, the tools to find their way in and keep up the pressure here. And as you can see, FluxWaveZ getting quite flustered, but back throw into the corner. Bit of an opportunity right there, but we got the reactions. Check this out.
This is actually a really interesting matchup because, like you were just saying, like archetypically, this makes total sense that it should be a Kimberly favored matchup. And you know, so far on screen tonight, it's been pretty much a Kimberly favored matchup. But then you look towards like today's Gamers 8 matches, and the Kimberly got utterly dismantled by every single JP there. Like, night and day. So there's definitely some stuff that JP struggles with in this matchup, but if you lab it out and you get that practice in and you have a lot of good, you know, knowledge checks, you can definitely win this matchup straight up.
I agree. Not going to go for the level 3 here. Keeping her in burnout is the most important thing, but a more important thing, excuse me, is that the CA is definitely going to do it right here. FluxWaveZ having to spend all 3 meters, but to stay alive in the round and make sure that they don't lose momentum and get this first game is absolutely critical.
Yeah, coming into the third round meterless is, in a way, kind of a win here for Zykles over FluxWaveZ. Granted, you would really kind of like to get that level 3 out there by Kimberly so you can get access to that 11% damage buff and move speed, which is sometimes even more important than the damage. But still, 70 seconds left in the round 3 here, still hanging on to it and not getting the better side of these trades.
Yep, and I agree that that's pretty much the game plan right now. If you're,
there it is.
Okay, see, yeah, like I said, this is pretty much the game plan if you're Zykles. Like, honestly, like, let's get the level 3 and let's go ahead and get the passive buff, and then also puts him in burnout as well. So now you got to do all these guesses. Here we go.
If you can't kill here, I don't think that was the right call. And the answer was you couldn't kill.
Had him flustered enough to make a couple of bad decisions, though, to get that first game. Zykles. Winner side top 8. 1 game out of 3 remaining. Here we go. FluxWaveZ. Do you answer back? Like I said, this is one, like, Kimberly's one of those characters to where you definitely, like, hey, like, if there's a character that's going to get in immediately and fluster you and cause chaos, this is definitely that character that is just the antithesis to the game plan that is JP. Oh my god.
Yeah, and the one thing that, like, Kimberly is super duper lacking in 90% of her matchups is she doesn't have that, you know, meterless reversal, right? They took away the invincibility of her OD Tatsu. And so in a JP matchup, you're actually not that concerned, right? Like, what's he going to meet you with that you're really wanting to kind of bust out with in the grand scheme of things? So Kimberly's major deficit doesn't really exist in this matchup.
FluxWaveZ finally just circumventing the pressure right here. That was a lot, especially to get out of the corner. So hopefully FluxWaveZ can keep their way out of there. A couple of counter hits though, and just getting put in the grinder by Zykles mid screen.
Oh, and it's only gonna get worse in the corner. Even with Zykles being burnt out, it's not the end of the world. You gotta pay attention to the spinning paint can. Oh, Zykles misjudging the spacing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to go for CA right here.
And so
you're gonna be able to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say they're gonna be able to freeze, freeze the meter right here. But now you're in burnout against JP, and that's exactly what FluxWaveZ wanted. Like, hey, look, even though this isn't going to get the kill right here, you're still in a very, very bad position against JP with burnout. So chip going to be a factor.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly thought that level 3 was gonna kill. The chip out, totally valid as well. But I was going to say, it's another round where you're spending that level 3 to even get to the third round, whereas Zykles is probably going to be able to cash it out right here. Oh, nope, just sets up the paint can.
Wow, and this is, you know, I agree with it. Like, pretty much, like, if you're going to run out of resource, you might as well burn another. Like, FluxWave's just sitting here parrying everything in the corner, and you might as well just get that buff so you could just try to have some advantage over them.
Yeah, I mean, it got your drive gauge back to about half, which in a JP matchup is so vital. And I mean, now that you're both burned out, you are going to have to guess for game, but you get your meter back just in time, but it's not enough.
Yeah, like it's crazy because even like JP's presence forces just another level of mental stack, as we were talking earlier in ladders, and just JP being that close just kind of baited Zykles into just doing literally anything, and FluxWave's able to get that game right there. And that crazy corner combo, once again, you are bouncing off the wall like Spalding, and now trying to get the jump in right there, not gonna be able to get it, pushing themselves out of the corner. FluxWave's okay, gonna be able to get the punish counter right there, and still just keeping them in neutral, keeping Zykles at bay.
So I just saw the message from Lucas in Twitch chat too, and the answer is no. We actually haven't had any Chun-Li on screen here tonight, and I don't think we do at all, actually, if I remember the top 8 correctly. The only one here I don't remember who they play is El Chocote, but
Yeah,
the name doesn't sound like a Chun-Li player, so no, I think you're out of luck. You might have better luck on the hub. Sets up the paint can in the corner.
Event hubs.
Yeah, event hubs. Gets the command grab.
why did you Zykles trying to keep the pressure up in the corner, as we can see, and yes, awaiting that OD amnesia. Not gonna get that. Not gonna. Oh wow!
Big punish counter. And you are gonna have to do something. Decides to DI to use the last of their drive gauge, but the air to air gonna close out the round.
Okay. Flashing green. Love to jump over, and yes, immediately changing the arc of that jumping unique attack. And now FluxWave's in trouble. Level 3. Decent damage, decent drainage for the drive gauge, and now Zykles got him in the corner.
Lots of good parries again in this whole time. FluxWaveZ is now burnt out. Super smart jump out, but again, you have an 11% damage and move speed buff against a zoner that their projectiles don't necessarily travel horizontally.
It's crazy because FluxWaveZ was literally like, "Hey, I'm gonna throw my furthest reaching button to make sure that I check you for all these dashes and feints that you're doing. Gonna be able to get the DI."
You should die here too. Oh no! Combo drop. That should definitely have been the character kill, but stay strong. Doesn't throw the rest of the round away, and FluxWave's gonna go up 2-1.
Yeah, FluxWave showing that he's willing to go, you know, pound for pound. You know, willing to go toe-to-toe with Kimberly. And honestly, like, making her guess and getting it wrong is a lot better for FluxWaveZ if FluxWave guesses wrong. Because FluxWave still has the tools to, like, send Kimberly back into neutral if something goes awry.
Oh, perfect parry. Gonna put us deep into the corner here. Sets up the paint can. Are you gonna do it again? Nope. This time just going for the normal. Oh, this is gonna hurt.
Yep, here we go. I love the waiting right here. TP into low into PERFECT. Let's go, Zykles.
Yeah, Zykles just really throwing the grinder out on that time. Using the teleport this time to get past the ghost. Trapped in the corner. You got hit just as the paint can exploded. Oh, what a tragedy here for FluxWaveZ.
Literally everything going right for Zykles. Literally going into that crazy sequence to get the level 3 for the damage, and now you got the 11% diff.
And you just, that's what 11% gets you. Being able to drive rush up and forward, getting the anti-air with the up elbow. Oh boy.
Double perfect. Hey, you might want to delete that. You might want to make sure that this VOD don't exist. I ain't gonna lie. Double P? That's
Nah,
that's
they
rough.
go on YouTube
Yeah,
every night.
Don't worry, chat. The VODs will always be up on YouTube. So if you want to catch the matches of your favorite player, be sure to check it out.
Not the advertisement after the double perfect.
Hey, if you don't want to be caught in 4K, don't get double P'd.
Hey, I agree. And Zykles says, I got to keep this momentum up. I don't think that's going to happen again tonight.
Yeah, you definitely want to keep that momentum as high as possible against the JP, because as soon as you're trapped and back against the wall, you are in danger. And we're going to see here the reversal come out here, beating up the OD command grab.
Here we go, my man on Jab Fighter 6. FluxWaveZ. Throwing the double spire. Zykles kind of just waiting and trying. Oh, here we go. The guess.
Oh, you guessed wrong.
I agree. You know, like honestly, FluxWaveZ has thrown out a lot to try to keep like Zykles at bay. And like that's a really, really good way to just checkmate Kimberly, honestly, with all the get-in tools that she has.
Reminder, chat, it's the same sequence every time. He can't adjust it. Yet, anyway.
Yeah, it's just the steps, you know, before and maybe after that same sequence. That's the kicker.
You know, he could walk up and throw. He could DI. He could, you know, command grab. There's lots of things he could do. But the level 2 is the same thing every time.
And right here, like FluxWaveZ finds himself in advantage. He might want to use it. And
oh, but you're chipped out.
Chipped out. Hey, Zykles says, look, you ain't going on. I still have an opportunity here. And this being one of the crazier sets that we've had in this top 8 so far, being the second match.
This is honestly one of the craziest sets of the night so far, including all of the ladder play. Air to air connects. Oh, big block on the slide. That is super negative. But the air juggle reset because of the portal makes it kind of awkward. I love this. Using the level 3 to actually get out of the paint can situation.
Now that's a lot of gauge gone. And the throw. Here we go. FluxWaveZ in great control right now. The knockdown.
What?
Yeah, the cross up Tatsu. Huh?
I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, the portal's in burnout. You're in so much danger here.
I thought he was able to get off that level 1 in time, but FluxWaveZ says, "Yeah, bro, you put the double P on the VOD, man. Go ahead, but you gonna take this L."
So we're gonna watch this in big screen because we did get a side swap at some point. That's the one I saw you go, huh?
Yeah,
and that's exactly what it was. But so I'm curious. So it's the level 1 at the end, right? So I wonder if it's like Luke's level 1 in that it's not projectile invulnerable.
right.
I'm gonna check it right now, actually, because if that's true, because I could have sworn it went through a projectile earlier, didn't it? Oh, is it a stock thing? How many stocks did she have, chat? Maybe it does.